Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Glad to have you with us. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder up against the Indiana Pacers. And that's all from the studio. I'll be back soon with the HP halftime report, but now I'll toss it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Let it go.
We are in Indiana for some Pacers basketball. This hometown crowd ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan here to call the action. With me, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Durant, Ibaka, and Perkins compose the front court. Westbrook and Sefolosha in the backcourt. And for the Pacers, Granger, Hansbrough, and Hibbert are the front court. Paul George is out there with Collison.
You know, for the Pacers last season, they really had a difficult time against Western Conference teams. I mean, only going 9-21 in those matchups.
It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Westbrook with it. Sefolosha passes to Durant. And a miss there on the triple. You talked about the troubles, Clark, against the Western Conference. For whatever reason, Steve, they struggled to defend Western Conference opponents.
Well, I thought the biggest thing was the West was so much deeper than the East last year, Kevin. The East had some strong teams at the top, but overall a weaker field of teams. You go out West, and on a nightly basis, you're going against a really tough team. I think that's the disparity in the numbers for Indiana.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Here's Westbrook. Perkins with a screen on Collison. Shot clock at 6. Westbrook with the bucket.
You know, when you look at Westbrook, he's not your prototypical point guard. I mean, he's a guy that can make passes, but he's much better when he's attacking the rim, looking to score.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, Scott Brooks gave me a few minutes to share with him. He told me he thought the game would boil down to how well they run their offense, saying, I know we've got the firepower to put up a lot of points, but it's not going to happen automatically. We need to run our plays and try not to get too cute. Let's see how it plays out, Kevin.
Thanks for filling us in there, Doris. Thank you so much. Getting their offense sorted out is the priority here, guys.
And I agree. I mean, a good call, I think. Try to get into a rhythm early and get everybody involved, let everybody touch it, and go from there.
Yes, exactly, Clark. You got to establish a few different scoring options as soon as possible. Get everyone involved and find that pace, that groove you're looking for as a team.
Here's Granger. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Impressive shot there, making it on the move. And Clark brought up Westbrook's scoring. Steve, it's so easy for him. It just makes sense.
Yeah, he can get around anybody at any time. And I think sometimes it actually hurts Westbrook a little bit because, he has to rein in his own talent and understand circumstances and situations a little bit better. But that's all going to come as he gains more experience.
The baseline jam. And again, Kevin Durant. And it's a tie ball game.
Even with just a little bit of room, he's going to immediately go on the attack.
Now, here is George. The shot's good. Collison making the play. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here's Westbrook. Now Sefolosha. Durant with it. Makes it off the glass. Durant's got 6. 1:43 left in the first quarter.
Look, I mean, the Thunder 2 seasons ago managed to give the Lakers a run for their money in the first round, but in this last season's playoffs, they put the league on notice that their sights were and are much higher.
6 to shoot. Backing down is Hibbert. And the rejection by Perkins. But he gets it back. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Some changes for Indiana. Foster comes in for Roy Hibbert, and it's Rush in for Paul George. The Thunder also changing it up. Collison comes in for Kendrick Perkins. And it's Harden in for Tavo Cephalosha. And I think, Clark, around the league, the Thunder have been held up as the example how you build a contender from the ground up. They certainly, Steve, lived up to that praise, I thought, this past season.
Yeah, they really seem to have all the pieces that a team needs to contend for a championship. A star player and Kevin Durant, great point guard, and Russell Westbrook. They've got complementary pieces as well. And now it's just a matter of letting this team grow and move forward together.
Here's Rush. The Thunder making the shot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Collison. Offensive rebound. The second chance effort. Hansborough, that's good.
Look at that dime. On time and on target.
Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Westbrook. Harden dishes to Ibaka. Back to Harden. Dishes it to Ibaka. Harden. This one for three. Darren Collison pulls it in. Releases from 15. And Granger with the basket on the assist by Collison. 6 points for Danny Granger. Now Westbrook. Good if it goes. Good!
That builds a little momentum going into the next quarter.
Yeah, you know, you definitely have to make sure you take advantage of that last possession. You don't want to squander that.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Pacers out in front, leading by just one.
Now the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done two things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
And we'll get back to the action right after this. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. Here is Hill.
How about Kevin Durant for Oklahoma City? So low maintenance. Signed that long-term extension with the Thunder. And doesn't mind playing in a smaller market. Just wants to play basketball and win games.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. Westbrook and Harden in the backcourt. Nick Collison and Kendrick Perkins, they're inside. And it's Cook in at the three. Steve, you mentioned Kevin Durant's extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder in a summer that saw all the fanfare around LeBron's decision. He's moved to Miami. Durant's new contract, absolutely a low-key affair.
And that's his personality. The young fellas say, do you or be me. That's what you got to do. Not a big showman. That's not his nature. Loves the game. Hangs out in the gym. Homebody. Works at it. Gets home. Gets off his feet. I mean, he's high performance, low maintenance. You love that.
A lot of good qualities.
Yep.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, Kevin Durant is a legit 6'10" with long arms, and he's a walking mismatch at the small forward position. Developing a post game, definitely on his to-do list, though. He said, I want eventually to be able to get an array of moves down there. I don't want to be predictable. And for head coach Scott Brooks, he said, every year you're going to see improved post play out of him. He's going to get stronger and smarter. Guys?
A scary thought. Thanks, Doris. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Well, you look at this Pacers roster, a nice young blend of talent and size and versatility. They had the flexibility this past summer to add some other nice players. So this team seems to be on the rise.
Some changes for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Boston. Dunleavy comes in for Danny Granger. And it's Rush in for Paul George. The Thunder also changing it up. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Perkins. Durant comes in for Nick Collison. And it's Maynard in for Russell Westbrook. Here is Hill, looking for his first bucket of the game. Now Rush. Hibbert, defended by Durant. Here's Dunleavy, gets the bucket from 20 feet away. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Indiana. Here's Maynard, back to Durant. There's the feed to Harden. Baca backs down. 6 on the shot clock. Durant, no good. Now the Pacers with it. Here is McRoberts. Now Dunleavy. Pulls up, high post, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
I tell you what, right now that mid-range jumper serving them well.
Yes, it is, guys. That's 6 of their last 10 points coming from that mid-range area.
Now, here is Harden. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. 10 points for Kevin Durant.
He's got so many ways to hurt you. I mean, he is really an offensive force out there. You know, James Harden, a smooth offensive player, got off to a tough start last season, but righted the ship by the start of 2011. Played some great basketball.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
Here's Maynard. Knocked away. It's stolen by Hill.
Well, that was not an easy play, but he made it look routine.
Dunleavy. The rebound by Harden. And Harden-Clarke, a gifted scorer. To start his career, he'd come off the bench for the Thunder, with Steve Cephalosha, the stopper in this starting unit.
Yeah, but I think long-term, eventually you're going to see Harden become the starter in Oklahoma City. He's a terrific scorer. He's also probably a better playmaker than anybody else on the team. So they're going to be able to run some offense through Harden, and as he expands and develops his game, he's got a chance to be an all-star. Well, Oklahoma City has been gradually improving over the last few seasons, and one of the things they've done better at is winning on the road. Last year, 25-16, one of the very best marks in the NBA.
That one is off. And for the Thunder, that continued improvement on the road, and Stevie just said 25-16. Clark, one of the signals of their growth into a legitimate contender.
Well, Kevin, they've got a lot of the things you need to have to win on the road. They rebound the basketball. They're a good free throw shooting team. They've got the best scorer in the league, one of the best scorers in the league, in Kevin Durant. And they can put the ball in the basket as a team. Again, I really think you've got to be able to score when you go on the road. Offensively, you've got to be able to put pressure on the home team's defense, and Oklahoma City has that capability.
Poke loose. Westbrook with the steal.
For the most part, they're doing a nice job of taking care of the ball, though.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a big part of the Thunder's plan has been about having a consistent approach, trying to keep things the same every day. As Coach Scott Brooks says on the matter, we're always striving for consistency. That's an important thing for this team to continue to achieve. I believe you just keep grinding it out, and our guys want that. It begins with their superstar, Kevin Durant, a humble superstar at that, guys.
All right, Doris.
You know, it's worked so far for them as the Thunder have climbed the ladder into the NBA elite teams these last few years.
Now, here is Hill. Westbrook picks him up. Collison against Hansbrough. With the fadeaway. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. So here's Westbrook. They trail by 6. From deep three-point range, no good on the buzzer beater. That'll do it for the first half. Back in a moment from Indianapolis.
Fridays are always better with a little NBA action. Welcome to HP at the Half. At the midway point, the Pacers playing well. They're making it look effortless offensively, scoring at will. It's Danny Granger leading them in scoring. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. And for the Thunder, it's been all hustle. They're in the zone offensively, and when you got it going on like they do, it's going to be so much fun. Excellent output from Kevin Durant in this one. He's carrying the team, doing everything he can to put them over the top. No doubt the focus so far, these two players have led the charge in scoring for their teams. Plenty of offense for both in the first half. And that's it for us here at 2K Sports Studios. Hope to see you back next time.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Here is Collison, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Granger, Hansbrough, and Hibbert are the front court. Collison is out there with Paul George. That's the Pacers' 5. Hansbrough, a screen on Durant. Off the pick, and the rejection by Perkins. Outside Collison. Granger backing him down. That's tipped. Tries again. Shot denied. Thunder trailing by 6. And that one's good. Westbrook's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Thunder.
Scott Brooks enjoyed a long career in the NBA before becoming a coach, playing point for a lot of teams over the course of 11 seasons in the league.
Now, here is George. Here's Hansbrough. And it's the Thunder with the ball. 4-point game. Outside Westbrook. Picked up by Collison. Hibbert on the double team. Durant for 3. And the rebound goes to Collison. Collison's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Well, back to Brooks. Even won a title, Steve, with the 94 Rockets.
Yeah, he was a tough player. One of those guys who'd pick you up full court, 94 feet, defend and scrap and claw for everything. And not really surprising to me that he eventually became a coach.
Perkins with a screen on Collison. Westbrook kicks to Durant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's 15 points for Kevin Durant. Pacers leading by 4. And the Pacers call time here. Jeff Foster's checked in for Roy Hibbert. Here's Collison, looking for his first bucket of the game. Now the pass to Hansbrough. Got a piece of it.
Well, they wanted to come out of this half a little better than this. Only 25% shooting so far.
Outside Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Doubled by Collison. Deflected. And stolen by Granger.
And look at how quickly he got his hands in the way of that pass.
Off on the layup.
He should make that one. Guys, he had a pretty good look at the basket, just couldn't get it to go.
You know, fellas, this Oklahoma City team is built the right way. I mean, it's been done with patience. Through the draft, I mean, you've got to have some good fortune there when you're talking about the draft. The money's been spent wisely. And now I think they're starting to approach the finished product, the team capable of winning NBA titles for years to come. Certainly they'll be contending for them, you would think.
Sure. Hansbrough working against Ibaka. 13 feet out. And the rejection by Ibaka. Oklahoma City trailing. Westbrook up top, defended by George. Outside Westbrook. Clock at 6. Cephalosha kicks to Durant. Traps in the tray. Durant's got 5 points in the quarter. And for the Thunder, they've been a team that has preached defense first. And with the addition of Kendrick Perkins, that certainly adds now to a big, athletic, and physical, tough team up front. And really from top to bottom.
Yeah, and they've got a nice bench, too, Kevin. There's not a whole lot lacking on this roster. But what they have to do is improve from within. Last year, I thought they were exposed in the playoffs. They didn't get great shots. They didn't look fluid offensively. Those are areas that they can improve upon.
And the Pacers call time here.
Well, the Pacers historically have always been tough on their home court. And last season was no different. 24-17 in Indianapolis. It's one of the reasons the Pacers made the playoffs.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Granger. And it's Rush in for Paul George. The Thunder also changing it up. Daquan Cook's checked in for Durant. And it's Harden in for Thabo Cephalosha. Here's Collison. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And Dunleavy gets it to go in. And it's all knotted up. Well, Clark, you know all about this Indiana team being in their front office. Dead last in attendance last season, averaging just a little over 13,000 fans. But the team gave the diehard fans something to care about with the playoff experience.
Yeah, they certainly did, and hopefully that'll catapult more fans into coming back to Conseco. In 2001, the team averaged almost 18,000 fans. If the team gets back to contention, you know Indiana loves basketball, and those fans will be back.
Westbrook against Collison. Westbrook picks him up. Collison, the pass to Hansbrough. To the paint, Foster. Just 5 to shoot. Dunleavy's shot is off.
And I think whichever team starts to dominate the glass could really take control of this game.
I won't disagree with you. I mean, it's so tight between these teams right now on the board that you're just waiting to see which team might pull away.
Hansbrough working against Ibaka. Shoots inside. Hansbrough, that's good. Hansbrough's got 8 points.
You know, that's a solid shot right there, Kevin. I mean, he's one of the better low-post finishers we'll see.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
His play on defense has been a huge factor for this club. He's coming after steal after steal.
Yeah, and as we go into the fourth quarter, Steve, he's got to continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance. Apply that pressure, make them uncomfortable.
It's more NBA coming your way. Now as we get going here in the fourth, let's send it over to Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark.
Kevin, for that great stretch the Thunder put together.
Get closer, get closer.